Yo, make sure y'all hit that like, share this video out. I'm up the Cash App so y'all can support this platform. If you want to support this platform, send a Cash App donation. Share this out on your Twitter and your Instagram so we can get more people in here. I'm going to go in on this whole George Floyd thing. I already knew that George Floyd thing was fake from the beginning. What they do is when you dealing with black, Negro, colored, African American, everything that you deal with in that dead civil little more two status, the only thing real is when you like, I don't know how to explain it. It's all fake. It was set up to put you in the color of law, not constitutional law, color of law, statutes, codes, ordinations, statutes, codes, ordinances, regulations, policies, bills. That's why they set up them names that allude to slavery, like Negro, Black, Colored, African American. So when they go out and march and say we marching, you don't even have rights. You get privileges, but if you don't have no nationality, you're not a part of the human family. There's no such thing as racism in law. Domestic terrorism, yeah, that exists. Genocide, yeah. Conspiracy, because you got these police officers, these police departments, they're an agency, they're a group of people that get together and conspire to do something. Two or more people, one people drop in, some people drop out. That's conspiracy. They talking on their walkie-talkie saying this and that. Oh, he's over here. They cooperating with other different police stations, state troopers, city police. That's conspiracy. Especially if they not giving you due process and violating your rights. But this whole George Floyd thing was fake. It wasn't even real. They doing that to start a race war, to try to start the race war. But like I said, the only race is the human race. That black and white thing, that's a game. That's the game they play for slaves, on they slaves, to keep them fighting and going back and forth, thinking they could own something and all that, knowing that that's a dead status. White is not a national, it's not an identity. Black is not an identity. They're social, they're legal statuses. They're social, political, engineering. For social and political engineering, right? And black is not a noun. It's not a person, place, or thing. It's an adjective. It describes something. Europeans are not white and they're not Americans. They hybrid amalgamated Europeans. They're not white and they're not Americans. I've never seen a white man a day in my life. My shirt is white, but you ain't gonna find nobody with the same color skin as this shirt. My hair is black, but my skin is not black. My skin is brown. I'm not black. I'm not a minority. I'm not colored. I'm not stained, varnished, or dyed. So when you bring the truth to people and you say these is what these words mean, and you're casting spells on not only yourself, anybody that you try to teach like you think you know something, you're casting evil spells. This is why we never own nothing. We never can accomplish nothing. We don't know law. We think we know law. We color law. We don't know what the difference is between lawful and legal, or we don't know what the difference is between a real court of law, or a maritime admiralty court. This is where they get the whole world of the state term. My best advice to tell you is just study what nationality is. Study how Noble Drew Ali connected us to our vast estate, to our ancestral estate, going back before slavery. Because if any school you go to, I don't care if it's a college, you're only going to get so much history on your people. They're not going to really try to give you the truth how when we had Europeans as slaves, they only going to make it look like we were slaves from Africa and Christopher Columbus came over here and discovered stuff. That's not true. And they can't separate us from who our people was back then and say you're not those people that built pyramids and stuff like that. It's only one or two different type of bloodlines, really. Well, one or two. Well, it's really maybe one main bloodline. Everything after that was just mixed with other different one or two, and everything got mixed up. But I like to say you only got hybrid amalgamated Europeans and Moors, Asiatic and Moors. Everybody else was adopted into our tribes. But you would have to show a lot more details to make people see that and understand that. So we ain't gonna stay on that topic. But George Floyd, that whole thing was, when I look at the news, I'll see this is fake stuff. They don't put the real stuff on the news mostly, and if they do, they're gonna talk in a code so people won't get it. So when I seen that whole George Floyd thing, I knew that was fake. And I seen other videos of it. That's what let me see it ain't adding up. And then they showing that dude that arrested him, he was in a couple of other things that happened, tragedy events. I think it was the Boston or the Sandy Hook thing. He might have been in both of them. They saying that they say that guy wasn't even a cop. They're saying he wasn't even a cop, but the bad part about it is it was fake and it was a lie. But the good part about it is everybody's looking into domestic terrorism. It's not police brutality though; it's domestic terrorism. Police brutality don't exist in law. Racism don't exist in law. Domestic terrorism does. Genocide does. They killing you anyway. You might as well defend yourself the right way, because the way you've been defending yourself, it ain't working. They breaking up people's families, killing people, locking people up, the IRS locking you up, whatever the case. And you don't never know how to defend yourself the right way using the real law, which is the supreme law of the land, the Constitution, and the treaties, which overrides the Constitution, right? The treaty is higher than the Constitution. If the Constitution is suspended, the treaties is still in force. So you see how they try to do? Take people out of a lawful status so they can have standing that law, put you in that dead status, and enforce all the Christian black codes on you. This is the reason why they made the Christian black codes of 1724. So niggas could be slaves and be happy about being slaves and never want to own land, never want to pass down nothing to their children, never want to do nothing but be a slave and die and give everything you work for to the fucking niggas that's killing our people. This shit is sad. This shit is sad. And I'd rather be dead than to be living around a bunch of dead, brain dead motherfuckers. Sometimes I'll be wishing, like, why I just can't be dead? Because the people around me is just, it ain't even the people around me. It's just the world. This is how the world is. But there's a lot of people waking up slowly. But Andrew Cuomo do not know law. He never went to school and studied law. He can't teach you nothing about law. He don't know health. He never went to school and got a health degree. He's not a medical doctor. So when he get on the news and tell you stuff and say this is this and that, I don't believe nothing he say. I think he's a terrorist because you telling people what to do, but you ain't got no truth and no facts. And you saying you a governor, you a fraud because we ain't had no Congress since 1861. We ain't elect you. You not the governor of no Asiatic, no more. You only a governor of black slaves that think that black is a nationality. Why would I want to go to somebody else and ask them to do something for me that I could learn to do for myself? It's the black devils that stop people like me from really elevating and getting further because they scared and they want to be slaves their whole life. And shout out to all of the good Europeans that know what's the truth and they know what's going on and they doing things to help The people that's conscious, that's raising the awareness. Everybody don't got the truth. You got dudes on YouTube selling out, talking about get them 250,000 donations and they're gonna sue YouTube. I'm gonna come in on that too. We're gonna go in on that. Let me see what you said, low Taurus Wing. If Black Lives Matter was smart, they would demand city to lower living costs, inflation, enable average person to start new jobs from scratch, to up social ladder. Middle class get same health care as city supervisors. That's what they have. They should do something like that. Make everybody evil. Make everybody equal, not evil. Make everybody equal. The same thing that these acting mayors and all of these supervisors do is ramp up stuff for the election time. So they're gonna blame Trump, but they the ones who's doing all this stuff. And I don't even believe in a lot of that stuff about the COVID-19 and stuff. I think they making a lot of this stuff up too. Cause they're not showing no proof. They claiming that it's real, but anybody can make up some shit and just say, yo, it's a disease called get your ass inside. And if you breathe any air and you stand next to somebody, you could get sick and die. And if I own the hospitals, I can make people look like they died and make fake birth certificates or whatever you got to do. They got this shit planned out in master. They've been faking people death, going underground in tunnels, and they've been doing a lot of this stuff for a long time. They do it in movies all the time. You see what I'm saying? They could put a movie scene on the news and make you think it's real, but it's a movie scene. That's my PayPal right there. So if you could share this video out, y'all. And they using people like guinea pigs because they know most people don't even know that they are part of the human family. So when you say you black, Negro, colored, they get away with it. It's like them killing it's like them shooting a box of Newports because black is a name that deludes to slavery. Black, Negro, colored, even white is not a nationality, but white, they in law, white is higher than black. You see what I'm saying? If you say I'm a white man or I'm a free white person, that has stand in that law. Black has no stand in that law. So these are the reason why they did this stuff. This is why they started calling themselves white and calling us black. For real. The Whigamore Party is the Democrat Party. They started wearing wigs to imitate the Moors, and that's what they set up. Overthrew all legitimate forms of government, which is a republic form of government. They overthrew that, set up the Whigamore Party like in 1868, around that time. That's when they wrote the fake constitution around that time. Well, not the fake one, the constitution for the corporations of, not the constitution for, the constitution of, where they took out the 20 sections out the 13th Amendment and did things like that. So it's crazy. If you really look at it, they've been doing this to us for over almost 200 years, and some people say 500 years, but I just say the physical war stopped 500 years ago. Ever since, like, for the past 300-400 years, it's been mental and spiritual war. Cause they'll tell you slavery ended. But everybody, you see what I'm saying? It's sophisticated. Go back in the, I'm gonna go back in the spot where you don't gotta hear the music in a second. You're gonna hear it, but it ain't gonna be as loud. I'm smoking a cigarette right now. Hit that like, share this out, y'all. I don't really go live on this channel because I was gonna use it to just do music on it. But since got a little bored. I said, let me come over here. And I ain't been over here in a minute. And then I see that the watch hours is, the views and the watch people who's not really watching this channel probably because I don't be over here trying to come back. This little race war. Maybe they could be trying to do some civil unrest. I don't know. I think it's bigger than that, though. I think what they really trying to do, they're not going to tell people, but that could be one of the plans. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think they would let people know or people would have any idea or clue what they're trying to do because nobody had no idea or clue about this coronavirus thing. You see how this slipped up on us? That's how they plan and move when they want to do something. So only way we'll know is if people that knows what's their plan comes out and flips and tell us like, yo, this is what they plan to do to us. I was supposed to be down with it, but I'm not. So, you know what I'm saying? That's the only way we'll learn. And sometime that happened, but we're going to be back. I'm going to end this right here. Peace.